Section 5 of Selected Letters of Beethoven. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Scott D. Farquhar. Selected letters, numbers 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, and 29 by Ludwig van Beethoven, as compiled and with footnotes by Dr. Ludwig Knoll and translated by Lady Grace Wallace. Letter number 19, to Kapellmeister Hofmeister, Leipzig, footnote 1. Vienna, December 15th, 1800. My dear brother in art, I have often intended to answer your proposals, but am frightfully lazy about all correspondence, so it is usually a good while before I can make up my mind to write dry letters instead of music. I have, however, at last forced myself to answer your application. Pro primo, I must tell you how much I regret that you, my much-loved brother in the science of music, did not give me some hint so that I might have offered you my quartets, as well as many other things that I have now disposed of. But if you are as conscientious, my dear brother, as many other publishers who grind to death us poor composers, you will know pretty well how to derive ample profit when the works appear. I now briefly state what you can have from me. First, a septet per il violino, viola, violoncello, contrabasso, clarinetto, corno, fagotto, tutti obbligati. I can write nothing that is not obbligato, having come into the world with an obbligato accompaniment. This septet pleases very much. For more general use it might be arranged for one more violino, viola, and violoncello, instead of the three wind instruments, fagotto, clarinetto, and corno. Footnote 2. Second, a grand symphony with full orchestra, the first. Third, a pianoforte concerto, opus 19, which I by no means assert to be one of my best, any more than the one Molo is to publish here, opus 15. This is for the benefit of the Leipzig critics, because I reserve the best for myself till I set off on my travels. Still, the work will not disgrace you to publish. Fourth, a grand solo sonata, opus 22. These are all I can part with at this moment. A little later you can have a quintet for stringed instruments, and probably some quartets also, and other pieces that I have not at present beside me. In your answer you can yourself fix the prices, and as you are neither an Italian nor a Jew, nor am I either, we shall no doubt quickly agree. Farewell, and rest assured, my dear brother in art, of the esteem of your Beethoven. Footnote 1. The letters to Hofmeister, formerly of Vienna, who conducted the correspondence with Beethoven in the name of the firm of Hofmeister and Kühnel, Bureau de Musique, are given here as they first appeared in 1837 in the Neue Zeitschrift für Musik. On applying to the present representative of that firm, I was told that those who now possess these letters decline giving them out of their own hands, and that no copyist can be found able to decipher or transcribe them correctly. Footnote 2. This last phrase is not in the copy before me, but in Marx's biography, who appears to have seen the original. End of letter number 19. Letter number 20, to Kapellmeister Hofmeister, Vienna, January 15, or thereabouts, 1801. I read your letter, dear brother and friend, with much pleasure, and I thank you for your good opinion of me and of my works, and I hope I may continue to deserve it. I also beg you to present all due thanks to Herr K. Kühnel for his politeness and friendship towards me. I, on my part, rejoice in your undertakings, and am glad that when works of art do turn out profitable, they fall to the share of true artists, rather than to that of mere tradesmen. Your intention to publish Sebastian Bach's works really gladdens my heart, which beats with devotion for the lofty and grand productions of this, our father of the science of harmony, and I trust I shall soon see them appear. I hope, when golden peace is proclaimed, and your subscription list opened, to procure you many subscribers here. Footnote 1. With regard to our own transactions, as you wish to know my proposals, they are as follows. I offer you at present the following works: the septet, which I already wrote to you about, 20 ducats; symphony, 20 ducats; concerto, 10 ducats; grand solo sonata, allegro, adagio, menuetto, rondo, 20 ducats. This sonata, opus 22, is well up to the mark, my dear brother. Now for explanations. You may perhaps be surprised that I make no difference of price between the sonata, septet, and symphony. I do so because I find that a septet or a symphony has not so great a sale as a sonata, though a symphony ought unquestionably to be of the most value. And b. The septet consists of a short introductory adagio, an allegro, adagio, menuetto, andante, with variations, minuetto, and another short adagio preceding a presto. I only ask 10 ducats for the concerto, for, as I already wrote to you, I do not consider it one of my best. I cannot think that, taken as a whole, you will consider these prices exorbitant. At least, I have endeavored to make them as moderate as possible for you. With regard to the banker's draft, as you give me my choice, I beg you will make it payable by Gurmuller or Schuler. The entire sum for the 4 works will amount to 70 ducats. I understand no currency but Vienna ducats, so how many dollars in gold they make in your money is no affair of mine, for really I am a very bad man of business and accountant. Now this troublesome business is concluded. I call it so heartily, wishing that it could be otherwise here below. There ought to be only one grand depot of art in the world, to which the artist might repair with his works, and on presenting them receive what he required. But as it now is, one must be half a tradesman besides, and how is this to be endured? Good heavens, I may well call it troublesome. As for the Leipzig oxen, footnote 2, let them talk. They certainly will make no man immortal by their prating, and as little can they deprive of immortality those whom Apollo destines to attain it. Now may heaven preserve you and your colleagues. I have been unwell for some time, so it is rather difficult for me at present to write even music, much more letters. I trust we shall have frequent opportunities to assure each other how truly you are my friend, and I yours. I hope for a speedy answer. Adieu. L. V. Beethoven. Footnote 1. I have at this moment in my hands this edition of Bach, bound in one thick volume, together with the first part of Nageli's edition of the Volotemprietis Clavier, also 3 books of exercises, D, G, and C minor, the toccata in D minor, and twice 15 inventions. Footnote 2. It is thus that Schindler supplies the gap. It is probably an allusion to the Allgemeine Musikalische Zeitung, founded about 3 years previously. End of letter number 20. Letter number 21, to Herr Hofmeister, Vienna, April 22nd, 1801. You have indeed too good cause to complain not a little of me. My excuse is that I have been ill, and in addition had so much to do that I could scarcely even think of what I was to send you. Moreover, the only thing in me that resembles a genius is that my papers are never in very good order, and yet no one but myself can succeed in arranging them. For instance, in the score of the concerto, the piano part, according to my usual custom, was not yet written down, so, owing to my hurry, you will receive it in my own very illegible writing. In order that the works may follow as nearly as possible in their proper order, I have marked the numbers to be placed on each as follows: Solo Sonata, Opus 22, Symphony, Opus 21, Septet, Opus 20, Concerto, Opus 19. I will send you their various titles shortly. Put me down as a subscriber to Sebastian Bach's works, and also Prince Lichnowsky. The arrangement of Mozart's sonatas as quartets will do you much credit, and no doubt be profitable also. I wish I could contribute more to the promotion of such an undertaking, but I am an irregular man, and too apt, even with the best intentions, to forget everything. I have, however, mentioned the matter to various people, and I everywhere find them well disposed towards it. It would be a good thing if you would arrange the septet you are about to publish as a quintet, with a flute part, for instance. This would be an advantage to amateurs of the flute, who have already importuned me on the subject, and who would swarm round it like insects and banquet on it. Now, to tell you something of myself, I have written a ballet, Prometheus, in which the ballet master has not done his part so well as might be. The F. von L. has also bestowed on us a production which by no means corresponds with the ideas of his genius conveyed by the newspaper reports. F. seems to have taken Herr M., possibly Wenzel Müller, as his ideal at the Kusperle, yet without even rising to his level. Such are the fine prospects before us poor people who strive to struggle upwards. My dear friend, pray lose no time in bringing the work before the notice of the public, and write to me soon, that I may know whether by my delay I have entirely forfeited your confidence for the future. Say all that is civil and kind to your partner Kühnel. Everything shall henceforth be sent finished, and in quick succession. So now farewell, and continue your regards for your friend and brother, Beethoven. End of letter number 21. Letter number 22. To Herr Hofmeister. Vienna, June, 1801. I am rather surprised at the communication you have desired your business agent here to make to me. I may well feel offended at your believing me capable of so mean a trick. It would have been a very different thing had I sold my works to rapacious shopkeepers, and then secretly made another good speculation. But from one artist to another, it is rather a strong measure to suspect me of such a proceeding. The whole thing seems to be either a device to put me to the test, or a mere suspicion. In any event, I may tell you that before you received the septet from me, I had sent it to Mr. Salomon in London to be played at his own concert, which I did solely from friendship, with the express injunction to beware of it getting into other hands, as it was my intention to have it engraved in Germany, and, if you choose, you can apply to him for the confirmation of this. But to give you a further proof of my integrity, quote, I herewith give you the faithful assurance that I have neither sold the septet, the symphony, the concerto, nor the sonata to anyone but to Messrs. Hofmeister and Kühnel, and that they may consider them to be their own exclusive property. And to this I pledge my honor. Unquote. You may make what use you please of this guarantee. Moreover, I believe Salomon to be as incapable of the baseness of engraving the septet as I am of selling it to him. I was so scrupulous in the matter that when applied to by various publishers to sanction a pianoforte arrangement of the septet, I at once declined, though I do not even know whether you proposed making use of it in this way. Here follow the long-promised titles of the works. There will no doubt be a good deal to alter and to amend in them, but this I leave to you. I shall soon expect a letter from you, and, I hope, the works likewise, which I wish to see engraved, as others have appeared and are about to appear in connection with these numbers. I look on your statement as founded on mere rumors, which you have believed with too much facility, or based entirely on supposition, induced by having perchance heard that I had sent the work to Salomon. I cannot therefore but feel some coolness towards such a credulous friend, though I still subscribe myself your friend, Beethoven. End of letter number 22. Letter number 25. To Herr Hofmeister, Leipzig, Vienna, April 8th, 1802. Do you mean to go post-haste to the devil, gentlemen, by proposing that I should write such a sonata? During the revolutionary fever, a thing of the kind might have been appropriate, but now, when everything is falling again into the beaten track, and Bonaparte has concluded a concordat with the Pope, such a sonata as this? If it were a Missa pro Sancta Maria Tre Voci or a Vesper, then I would at once take up my pen and write a Credo in Unum in gigantic semibreves. But good heavens, such a sonata in this fresh-dawning Christian epic? No, no. It won't do, and I will have none of it. Now for my answer in quickest tempo. The lady can have a sonata from me, and I am willing to adopt the general outlines of her plan in an aesthetical point of view, without adhering to the keys named. The price to be 5 ducats. For this sum she can keep the work a year for her own amusement, without either of us being entitled to publish it. After the lapse of a year, the sonata to revert to me, that is, I can and will then publish it, when, if she considers it any distinction, she may request me to dedicate it to her. I now, gentlemen, commend you to the grace of God. My sonata, Opus 22, is well engraved, but you have been a fine time about it. I hope you will usher my septet into the world a little quicker, as the P is waiting for it. And you know the Empress has it, and when there are in this imperial city people like blank, name unknown or illegible, I cannot be answerable for the result. So lose no time. Herr blank, possibly Molo, has lately published my quartets, Opus 18, full of faults and errata, both large and small, which swarm in them like fish in the sea. That is, they are innumerable. Questo è un piacere un autore. That is, what I call engraving, stechen, stinging, with a vengeance. Footnote 1. In truth, my skin is a mass of punctures and scratches from this fine edition of my quartets. Now farewell, and think of me as I do of you, till death, your faithful L. V. Beethoven. Footnote 1. In reference to the musical piracy at the time very prevalent in Austria. End of letter number 25. Letter number 29, to Herr Hofmeister, Leipzig. Vienna, September 22, 1803. I hereby declare all the works you have ordered to be your property. The list of these shall be made out and sent to you with my signature, as the proof of their being your own. I also agree to accept the sum of 50 ducats for them. Are you satisfied? Perhaps instead of the variations with violoncello and violin, footnote 1, I may send you variations for the piano, arranged as a duet on a song of mine. But Goethe's poetry must also be engraved, as I wrote these variations in an album, and consider them better than the others. Are you satisfied? The arrangements are not by me, though I have revised and much improved various passages, but I do not wish you to say that I have arranged them, for it would be false, and I have neither time nor patience to do so. Are you satisfied? Now farewell. I sincerely wish that all may go well with you. I would gladly make you a present of all my works, if I could do so and still get on in the world. But remember, most people are provided for, and know what they have to live on, while, good heavens, where can an appointment be found at the imperial court for such a parvum talentum cum ego? Your friend, L. V. Beethoven. Footnote 1. These are the 6 variations in D, on the air Ich danke dein, written in 1800 in the album of the Countesses Josephine Dame and Teresa of Brunswick. End of letter number 29. End of section 5 of Selected Letters of Beethoven, as compiled and with footnotes by Dr. Ludwig Noll and translated by Lady Grace Wallace. Recording by Scott D. Farquhar, Baltimore, Maryland, www.splungemusic.com.